This is called The Love Crystal. It's a Chinese story. Once there was a Mandarin who had a palace right near a river. He also had a beautiful daughter. But he was determined to keep the daughter out of sight of people until he could find a proper bridegroom for her. So she remained isolated in a room that the window of which looked out over the river, and she would remain there days and day after day, reading or embroidering or something, and her life was quite lonely. One day a fisherman came by on a boat along the river, and the fisherman was playing a flute, playing beautiful songs, beautiful songs. Now she could not see him well, but she grew to love that music. And the fisherman came every day. Every day he would play these beautiful, mostly sad melodies, but beautiful. And a bond grew between the fisherman and the princess, let's say, the Mandarin's daughter. She loved that music, and she imagined that she could perhaps love the maker of that music. He loved her. By the way, he knew that she responded because she used to throw petals of flowers out the window, and these petals represented her pleasure, joy at the music. One day, then, the fisherman realized that he could never have this girl, this woman, and so he stopped coming. And she became very melancholy and literally was wasting away. She was going to die. And so the Mandarin and his wife wondered what to do. How can we save our daughter? And what has caused this state of affairs anyway? A maid of the Mandarin's daughter told them what had happened, told them how much she loved the music of the man in the boat on the river. And so the Mandarin sent out and found the young man and brought him to his daughter. Now it turned out that the young man who made such beautiful music was also very ugly. His face was ugly, not at all handsome. Now the Mandarin was prepared to let his daughter marry this fisherman because he loved his daughter a lot and saw that this might be the only way to save her life. So he brought the fisherman to his daughter, and the fisherman played music, his music, and the girl was delighted. But when the girl looked at his face, she turned away disgusted and disappointed, and she felt she could never love such a man who was so ugly, so ill-formed. So the fisherman went away sad. She too was sad, and she returned to her room and her window. He was really broken-hearted, so he made a kind of crystal, and then he died. When his parents found him dead and found that crystal, they decided to give the crystal to the Mandarin's daughter. So they brought the crystal in the boat to her. When the Mandarin saw the crystal, he made the crystal into a teacup, or he had it made into a teacup, beautiful teacup. And when tea was poured into the cup, one could almost see the face of the fisherman, and one could almost hear the beautiful music. And so the princess saw the face, heard the beautiful music. Gradually she was so saddened by this because she realized that she had placed too much value on the physical beauty of the man's face. She should have realized that anyone who could make such beautiful music was a beautiful person inside anyway. And so she felt full of regret at her foolishness, and eventually she died. The Mandarin realized that the mistake too, and kept the teacup in kind of memory of his daughter and her should have been lover, perhaps. And they threw the flute into the river. Oh, I guess they threw the teacup into the river too. So that everyone felt that at last the lovers were united in the river and would live happily ever after, united in the river.
The love crystal. Number 1. Why did the Mandarin keep his daughter in her room? Number 2. What made the girl happy? Number 3. How did the fisherman know the girl was listening to his music? Number 4. Why did the fisherman stop coming by the palace? Number 5. What happened to the girl when the fisherman stopped coming by? Number 6. How did the Mandarin know to bring the fisherman to the girl? Number 7. Why did the girl reject the fisherman? Number 8. What happened to the fisherman when he was rejected by the girl? Number 9. What did the Mandarin do with the crystal? Number 10. How did the fisherman and the girl live happily ever after? Number 11. What can you learn from this story? Do you think the girl was wrong to reject the fisherman? Why or why not?